The Raptors season got off to a rocky start as the miserable early spring weather severely hampered their preparation and threw their meet schedule into disarray. But when the weather allowed it, this team took on all comers, 2-year schools, 4-year schools, anybody. And they continue to show the improvement that has become the norm since head coach Jamal Schools took over the program. From their first meet on March 29th at Goucher, where they battled both 4-year schools and some very nasty weather, 10 MC athletes immediately qualified for the season-ending national championship meet. Now, let me take a quick pause and explain how NJCAA Track and Field works. It's not like baseball or basketball. There's no league or region championship that you have to win to make it to nationals. Rather, in NJCAA Track and Field, there are benchmark times and distances that need to be met or exceeded in order to qualify for nationals. An athlete could win every 100-meter race they enter, but if they don't meet or exceed the qualifying mark, they don't get to compete at nationals. So every meet is in effect a trial for the national championship. One of the key meets of the season for the Raptors, and a barometer for how far this program has come, was the Morgan State University Legacy Invitational. At this meet, the Raptors took on a field of top-flight 4-year schools: Navy, UMBC, Howard, Virginia Commonwealth, Maryland Eastern Shore, the host school, and many other top-flight 4-year programs. And MC more than held its own. The men's 4x400 meter relay team shattered the old school record that day by over 2 seconds. Their record time of 3:21.72 also placed them second nationally in the NJCAA rankings. Thomas McIntyre continued to excel in his individual events, where he set 2 new school records in both the 800 and 1500 meters. Jaydeep Donick also had a stellar day at Morgan, as he broke the school record for the 400-meter hurdles while also qualifying for nationals in the 800 meters. In addition, the women's 4x100-meter relay team continued their season-long improvement and edged ever closer to qualifying for nationals, a goal they achieved the following week. Some other outstanding performances at Morgan were turned in by Neiman Thompson in the men's 400, Kelsia Hutchinson in the women's 100, and Ziana Walker-Latney and Hutchinson again in the women's 200. At the twilight meet at McDaniel College, they were again the lone 2-year school in the field. Kiana Daly solidified her number 2 national ranking in the women's discus with a strong showing, and the men's 4x100 meter relay team set yet another school record. Next up for the Raptors, Utica, New York, and the NJCAA National Track and Field meet. Heading into nationals, the Raptors were running their best times of the season and had qualified for 23 men's events and 14 women's. At the national championship meet, the Raptors brought one of the smallest teams in the field, as just 10 men and 8 women made the trip. They found themselves competing against teams 2 and 3 times larger. This meant every Raptor competed in multiple events, some in as many as 5 or 6 events over the 3-day meet. So when you count prelim heats, semis, and finals, that adds up to a lot of running and a lot of stress in a very short period of time. At times, as Denzel Washington and Zahara Sani can attest, MC even had an athlete competing in 2 events simultaneously. Day 1 got off to a terrific start when the men's 4x800 meter relay team of Charles Acevedo, Dwayne Johnson, Jaydeep Donick, and Thomas McIntyre won the national championship and the gold medal with a school record time of 7:57.01.
Well, it was really cool. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I was able to run with these guys. It's a good start to the meet, and then we're going to come back today. We're going to do our individual events and hopefully go from there. So it's a good first day.
Dwayne, how do you feel?
Feels good after all the practice we did to get a win, but we're not done yet. We still have everyone here is doing some sort of open event, and hopefully we'll all go to finals.
JD?
It feels good. All our training has paid off, and we came in pretty confident into the 4x8, and we did our thing. It was just another race, and we did our thing. So it's pretty good. Now we just have to focus on our individual events and go out there and perform and go to finals.
Tom?
For us, it's just any other meet. It was good to set the tone for the weekend and let the team know that we're here to win some events. But now it's time to focus on the next 2 days and cheer everybody else on and bring home some more hardware.
In day one field events, Denzel Washington took on a very tough field in the triple jump, an event that combines speed, power, and agility. Washington hurt his heel on an early jump and was in severe pain, but gritted his way through the rest of his jumps to claim second place and the silver medal with a mark of 13.77 meters.
Well, it feels great, man. You know what I mean? I thought, I was a little nervous coming into this track meet going in, so I didn't think I really was going to do as good as I did, but it turned out that I did pretty good, man. Second place is good. You know what I mean? It ain't better than first, but second is still good.
In addition, the men's 4x100 meter relay team again broke their school record in a trial heat, and the women's 4x100 team ran a season best time in their prelim. So day one was a strong one for the Raptors. On day two, the focus turned to the field events, where MC's Kiana Daly, who was also a starter on the women's basketball team, took on a tough field in the discus to finish second and claim the silver medal. Daly also broke her own school record with a throw of 116 feet, 9 inches.
It felt great. Like, the throw felt great. Everything felt like how it should feel when I don't know, when you have a good throw, it feels awesome.
Denzel Washington, despite still being hampered by his bruised heel bone, competed simultaneously in both the high jump and the long jump. He grabbed fourth place in the long jump and then broke his own school record in the high jump while finishing sixth in the country. Day two also featured a host of qualifying heats. MC particularly impressed in both the men's and women's 4x400 meter relays. The men coasted to first in their heat, while the women ran an almost effortless race to place third going into the semi. As day two drew to a close, 16 Raptors had advanced to the semifinals in 9 different events. Day three was an unforgettable experience, absolutely jam-packed with semifinals and finals, one coming right after another. And the Raptors flew high. Thomas McIntyre got the day rolling when he took a silver medal in the tough men's 1500 meters. And then less than an hour later, he came back to take second nationally and another silver in the 800 meters. Neiman Thompson also grabbed a silver in the ultra-tough men's 400 meters, while Saheed O'Shile came in right behind him in fourth. Thompson quickly followed that up with a fifth in the 200. In relay action, the men's 4x100 team finished a strong fourth in the country, while the women's 4x100 team surprised everyone by gutting out a fifth place finish. Those great results set the stage for the meet's final 2 events, the grueling 4x400 meter relays. And despite the fact that each member of the women's team had run multiple events all day long, the team of Zahara Sani, Kelsia Hutchinson, Najee De Rohaya, and Ziana Walker-Latney finished a strong fourth in the country. Then came the meet's final event, and MC's 4x400 team was ready, even though, like the women's team, they had run multiple races all day long. Charles Watts ran the first leg and was neck and neck with the leaders when he handed off to Thomas McIntyre. McIntyre was just a couple of strides off the lead when he gave the baton to Saheed O'Shile, who was neck and neck with PG Community College when he gave the baton to Neiman Thompson for the gun lap. And then Thompson absolutely blew the doors off the rest of the field as he powered through the finish to clinch the win and grab the gold medal. After the race, I caught up with the ecstatic national champion quartet.
Honestly, it feels very, very great. In my first year, I didn't experience this. We came in fourth my first year, but now it feels like very, very good right now. I can sleep good.
You guys should sleep good tonight.
Man, it feels great, man. I mean, earlier on in the season, like I lost focus and all, but I got my head together and look at where we're at now. So, yeah, it feels great.
Tom?
Yeah, we had a pretty rough season, but we ran fast when it counted, and it was just good to know that we can all count on each other out there.
And finally, CJ.
Man, I don't even know how to start, man. First of all, let me start by thanking this dude right here, man. This guy, he did what he had to do to get back to focus. And I really appreciate everybody on this team, and I feel so good that we was able to come out here and do what we had to do. These two coaches that we have out here is awesome, man. Yeah, we need to, they should get these awards, man. They did all we got. Those two coaches, man, respect, man. Thank you.
So when all was said and done, MC put in a historic performance at Nationals. 2 National Championship gold medals, 5 silver medals. In all, they totaled 19 top 8 finishes. With those results, the men's team finished 4th in the country overall and the women 11th. So terrific results from one of the smallest teams at the meet. Their outstanding performances earned them 13 All-American honors. 8 Raptors were named first team All-Americans. Charles Acevedo, J.D. Donick, Dwayne Johnson, and Thomas McIntyre for their first place finish in the men's 4x800 meter relay. Sahido Shiles, Neiman Thompson, Thomas McIntyre, and Charles Watts for their first place finish in the men's 4x400 meter relay. And 5 Raptors were named second team All-Americans. Kiana Daly for her second place finish in women's discus, Denzel Washington for his second place finish in the men's triple jump, Neiman Thompson for finishing second in the men's 400 meters, and Thomas McIntyre twice for finishing second nationally in both the men's 1500 meters and the 800 meters. So congratulations to all those deserving Raptors. And on top of all of that, this year's Raptors Track and Field team set 16 new school records. Yes, I said 16. This is a remarkable group of young men and women, and we should be very proud of how they represented MC. They literally gave it everything they had, and they put together a season that we will not soon forget. And stick with us, because after a short break, we'll be talking more about this historic track and field season, as I'll be joined by Raptors Track and Field head coach Jamal Schools and his top assistant, Thomas Payne. You're watching the Raptor Report.